We don't need no introduction. I'm just diving straight to it. I'm gonna go to 1991 first. Jim Brown House, Hollywood Hills. We had these dialogues every Wednesday at Jim House. The gangs I remember in there: Santana's, Gray Street, 60s, East Coast, Cabbage Patch Power Road, Mansfield, Playboys, Showline, Hacienda Village, Imperial Court, and a host of other gang members throughout Los Angeles, right? Every Wednesday we had these peace dialogues on peace strategy, how to try to keep the peace in the streets, or how can we stop the violence in the streets of Los Angeles. So Jim, they had this American program at Jim House. So that's when I was first introduced to Public Enemy, when they had Fight the Power, Can't Trust It. They had Boogie Down Production with, at that time, we went to that house, Self-Destruction. We had the West Coast All-Stars, where we're all in the same gang. So it's like the message was in the music. So right then and there, I was introduced to peace. I remember my brother-in-law and a few homies getting in the van going to Jim House, and somehow we end up at, I don't want to say Jim Gilliam Park first, but we end up in the jungles. And I remember emerging, as soon as I think it's that Stevenson, well, I forgot the street it was, but at that time, I'm like 11, 12-year-old, right? And once we merged, we met with some Bloods. A lot of dudes with a lot of red on. Now I'm fully and was aware of the Crips and Bloods, the feud at that time, right? So let's fast forward to the next year, 1992. So 1992, this is April 1992. That's the inception of the Peace Street era, the Watts gang truce. That was all through the papers, all in the news throughout America, with this Watts gang truce, with this Peace Treaty that they did in Watts. And that was the housing projects of the Jordan Downs, Imperial Courts, and the Hacienda Village. I remember going to school. I was a 7th grader at Markham. Every Friday we had these riots with the Bounty Hunters, with the Bloods, the Haciendas, and the Bounty Hunters, even the Circle City Power Rules, because they had a strong hold at Markham at that time, right? Even right now today. So this riot that happened, I'm finna speak on right now, it wasn't a Friday. I think it was a Tuesday or Wednesday. I got to school late, and I'm aware of what happened with the homies. I'm like, damn, man, what happened? So everybody telling me, the counselor, they talking about it. So I get there, I see a dude from Imperial Courts, and me and him get down, right? It wasn't even no get down, it was like a little scuffle. It's like, I'm mad, I'm like, damn, they took the homies all to the, like in Penn, they took them to the hole, they all went to the council office, their moms came, got them. It kind of went up that day. So later on that day, when we go home, we in the projects, we talking about, we on 101st Street, we talking about this issue. And I don't know how we end up going to the Imperial Courts that day. So the homie, we go over there. They talking about this Peace Street and getting along with the PJs. They wasn't saying nothing about the Nickerson. It was just the PJs. We like, yeah. But no, it was like bad blood with both of those projects stemming from 1987. Now, what I'm talking about is 1992. This is 5 years later with some that started, right? So I'm like, we on the island. We in front of the gym. We on the island side, in front of the gym. And we had a lot of political power inside that gym. Our homies, all the people that did peace mediation, they up inside that gym, and what they were talking about obviously was a peace treaty. Whatever was going on up in there, when they came out, everybody was throwing a peace sign. And somebody started playing Too Legit to Quit by MC Hammer. Everybody throwing the peace sign like too legit to quit. We dancing right here in front of the island, right in front of the gym. We dormant packed right there, like it's cracking. At that time, this still was, they just had that verdict with the Rodney King and said those officers was not guilty. So the looting still was going on. I think that was like the day 2 of the looting. Man, we started looting with the PJ dudes. I'm like, damn, we just had a ride earlier that day. Not a ride with the PJ, but with the Bounty Hunters, man. My man Xavier, I know that's his name. PJ, we started fighting. He was a good drum playing dude too. I was my partner. We was cool, but it was just like school politics. So day 2, I think we was at the Watts Market, at the Forest Liquor. I think they was with us. We went to the Broadway swap meet. We doing what we do. Now I'm a 13-year-old dude at this time. Find myself looting with older peoples. You ask like, how was your mom allowing you to do that? I don't know. My mom was just down with her brother. I grew up in a house. It was my household. It was a lot of gang activities going on up in there. You know, it was headquarters. So that's why I know a lot of peoples and I know a lot of things, because I won't say my mom allowed it. I could say, but it's just like her brother and my uncle. So anyway, we in the P Street area out with the PJs. So we looting with them. We in talks. We walking to their projects and they walking to our project. My first time walking to the PJs, it's a dude, rest in peace, his name is Serpo, man. Much love to Serpo. He walked the homies over there and he walked us back. Like, you know, we was like some aggressive dude. My age era, we was like real aggressive. We was tough, like for real. But it was love. So now all of a sudden, we wearing rags up and down 103rd. We wearing rags all up to Ted Watkins and Will Rogers at the time. We got rags all on our head, pirate style, ancient mama style. You know what I'm saying? We having fun. I'm like, damn, man. It was love. I remember the first football game with the Banianas and Graves. I think it was like little summer '92. I mean, that game happened in Jordan. So it's like, man, the Bloods came deep. The great, everybody was at PJ's dude. But the dude, like, we still was getting along with these Coast dudes. Kitchens, there was a lot of Hoovers there. Everybody there. We having fun. Like, man, we chilling. So we play the Banianas, right? We go up 21-0. They came back, tied the score up. It was all love. The end of the game, because it got dark, it was a tie score, 21-21. 2 weeks later, we played them at Verbum Day. Same thing, 14-0. I mean, homies go up 14-0. They come back, scored 2 more touchdowns. This is a true story. As anybody from over there, it ended up being a tie. It was 14-14, a tie. So our next game wasn't until we played the Hoovers at Manchester Park. We beat them 14-7. And the only blood dude was there was Akili from Baniana. He was there, only blood dude that was there. This is '92. We still in the P Street era though, but the P Street is not really embraced on the west side like that. They still feuding over there, you know what I'm saying? But they did make an attempt, because I think like some months later, like the Hoovers, like Nanos, like East Coast, everybody was in our hood chilling on 101st. They wanted to get into it though, so it went bad. That didn't work out. But that P Street, man, it was love, man. We playing football games with the Watts Friendship games, or district games. Like we playing at Harvard Park, Green Meadows, Mount Carmel, St. Andrews. We always had those games going on. Like we was just young dude, but a lot of us still, we was claiming our game. I'm still claiming Grape Street Watts, Baby Low Crip, you know what I mean? But we in the P Street era, that was show, it was just love. It was just, the shooting stopped. So me being 13, 14, all 17, 18, 19 guys growing up, there was no beef with Jordan Down, Barney and Nickerson. There was no shooting. So a lot of dudes my age can say that they was doing a lot of slide in 92, 93, 94, 95 on nobody from the PJs, Nickerson, Barney, vice versa. It was none of that. It was just all love. We grew up in an era where we played basketball against one another, baseball, it was football, it was just love. It was flag, tackle, big homies, little homies. It was just love, man. And that P Street era. And inside those projects, we already had the people we was getting along with, like during the P Street era, even though it was like, it's a Watts gang truce, but the Avalons, the 4 Trade 5, all that stuff down there, and Broadway, they had their own down there. But we in Watts, because at the time, we get along with East Coast, we get along with the Kitchen, we get along with the Hoovers, and like everything in Compton. So if it's 91, 92, you know, the Crip and Blood thing, it was kind of big. So if we got homies from Santana, that don't mean they was getting along with the Bonnie and the dudes, but it was love. It wasn't no problem in our hood. It was just all love. You'll see a gang, y'all might don't get along, but that problem went over there. They respected and loved the P Street, like, man, the Bloods, Crips together. So we always had these little events where you'll see a purple rag, a blue rag, and a red rag tied together, showing unity and Watts, showing like it was just love, man. I mean, walking to the PJs, just walking to the Nickersons, going to the Kill Squad parties they had over there. Like they had the gang and the niggas called the Kill Squad. They had some like dope parties, man. It was cracking, packed. Like, you know what I'm saying? We walk over there. We ain't getting dropped off for nothing. We walk from the Jordan Downs to the Nickerson to these parties, and we walking back. It'd be late night, 12, 1 in the morning. We getting back to our practice. We 13, y'all 14. Parents, I guess they felt the streets were safe at the time where they allowed that. those things happen. You know what I mean? But yeah, I wanted to touch on that Peace Treaty era, man. It was so much fun in the beginning years of that. And then to like later on, you know, they had these bikes like the EV Warriors where we'll ride our bikes to the Imperial course. They ride their bikes to us. Everybody hustling together. It was just love, man. The music, the hairstyles. You know, it had all kind of components to this Peace Treaty era in the beginning, the middle, and towards the end with style. You know what I mean? With tapers combing your hair. You had the Water World shoes and stuff like that. Like I already just spoke on the EV Warriors football games in '99, '98. It was just love, y'all. Like, I would love for the little homies to experience that. They just don't understand the love it was, because you ain't gotta look over your shoulders. You able to go to the gas station, nobody the niggas. You can just walk, you just go everywhere, walking around while safe. Buy a burger, you ain't worrying about nobody finna shoot at you, or actually why you got that color on. So we was out those days starting in '92. It wasn't no color thing. So once we got out that color thing, that's where it became a hat thing. So like right now, it's like every hat means something. Like I got this hat for the Bow Wow TV, right? But another hood probably can say, oh, it stands for this, it stands for that. It's not because you got Crips right now wearing red. We got Bloods right now wearing blue. The 80s and early 90s is like 90, 91, that was out. You wasn't doing that. That was totally out. But y'all want to touch on that Peace Treaty era, my experience with that. It was just love, unity, and togetherness. You know, a lot of people wish they can get back to that. Like, man, the Jordan Downs, Imperial, the Nickerson, they coming to the Jordan Downs. Jordan Downs going to the PJs. PJs going to Nickerson. Nickerson going to PJ. Nickerson going to the Jordan Downs. Like, Nickerson's just, it was a place that a lot of people just want to be like. I mean, not be like, I want to be at. They project was big. I mean, let's go over there. They hustling. Let's go to the Jordan Downs. They want to be over there. Like, man, it's just love over there. They do all these events. So the PJs, everybody love. I don't care where you were from or why. You loved one of the project parties in the PJs because what? They was cracking. They had the loudest PJs, man. They always had like a lot of females over there that was walking around or whatever they was doing, chilling. I mean, the softball games, all homegirls played their homegirls in softball. So the first game, right? So all this in '92. We played in the PJ. Our homegirls lost. So the Jordan Downs went too fine, like, of losing. No one be losing nothing with nobody. So they doing doo-doo brown. They dancing all on the baseball field. Like, all right. Homegirls looking at them like, damn, but it was fun. 2 weeks later, they played them in the Jordan Downs. Our homegirls won. My mama played in that game. It was all love. They went to dance and taught them. Like, you know what I mean? It was just fun, y'all. These were the days that was going on, man. These games, that's like, when people say the Peace Treaty lasted 13 years, you probably can say what the Jordan Downs always say, because the PJs and niggas never broke their Peace Treaty. You know what I mean? They had little hiccups, but they're able to get a hold of their homies and talk it out. You know, have those sit downs. Like, we're not doing that. Ours went bad on technicality. You know what I mean? The leadership was like, it just wasn't there. You know what I mean? A lot of them still had their leaders. A lot of ours was taken to the prison system. And it's fair to say. But I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all like, share, and subscribe, man. Y'all gotta help me. Y'all see how many subscribers I got. Y'all gotta help me out. I got stories on top of stories, but I ain't getting monetized yet. So I'm saving the best for last. So I gotta get me there. I got a lot of stuff I want to share with y'all, like not real stuff, for it's gonna be to the point where I'm incriminating myself or anybody else, or putting like my hood business out there like that. But I've been living a long time, man. I've been through the YA, through the county. I want to speak on my documentary I got coming up. I want to touch on that. Like, I want to speak on what became me. Y'all gonna know how I got my name and why I do what I do for my community, inside my community. You know, tap in with me, y'all. It's your boy Wowzer, King Wowzer. At that, tap in with me, y'all. Come on, like, share, and subscribe. I'm gone.